Hi, this is Majinoni. Here's my review for the Batman: The Return of Bruce Wayne 4 of 6. Um, there's gonna be spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled, please come back. Um, for those of you who didn't see it, there's a bat symbol here. Now, I'll start off by saying something positive. I like the art. I thought the art was pretty good. There's a certain degree of brutality and violence, which I thought was rather surprising. What we have here is the beginning here where Bruce Wayne, if you remember, is now Lone Ranger Batman. And you have some thug kids, guys, whatever, they go to this farm and they're looking for something. I thought what was kind of cool was the fact that they hung the dad and you can see his legs kicking and whatnot. I thought that was very unlike a Batman book. I mean, I know Batman there's a lot of death and stuff like that, but I thought that was kind of brutal in a way. Now you have a young kid grabbing a gun and people shooting him, and they find the box with the bat symbol on it. They burn down the house, and they take her away. Now you have the grieving mom, and she's pleading to God for an angel of mercy type thing, or the most evil, dark angel of retribution. And who happens to show up? You have Lone Ranger Batman. So you have Gotham City here. Jonah Hex is hired by those guys, and if you remember from the last issue, because they have a bat problem. Now this is the part that really surprised me, is the person who hired Jonah Hex is none other than Vandal Savage. Now, I'm going, why is Vandal Savage such a pussy that he can't handle Batman? I mean, he fought pretty tough superheroes, A+ heroes, and he can't fight Batman without Batman's gear or anything like that, except for his batarang things. I'm like, you are a pussy. So, they're going over what needs to be done. Indian comes out and explains that the girl's almost ready to talk. Batman shows up, and now if you notice here, I don't know if you can see this, but you have Wolverine Logan appearing in Batman. I thought that was kind of surprising. So, Lone Ranger here takes care of the guys, beats them up, takes care of some business, and Vandal Savage basically sends the remaining guys out to take care of Batman. Lone Ranger, because he's got Jonah Hex. So the Indian goes back into his room. Now, this is what's kind of surprising also, is this is a Wayne right here. And this Wayne basically is using drugs like opium and stuff like that to get the girl to talk about the box. Because the box, she's talking about if you open the box, it's going to be the end of the world, so they're trying to figure everything out. Now, I'm like, don't just open the damn box. Open the box and find out, But anyways, so Vandal Savage is beating a retreat, which is very unlike Vandal Savage, that he would run like a coward. Wayne comes out, and Batman's basically entering the building. Now, to be fair about the art, I do like the art here, though this is like a classic Lone Ranger sequence, but I thought that it's really overshadowed by the fact that you have a pussy villain who used to be a much stronger villain. So you have here the Wayne shooting the Indian, and Lone Ranger about ready to enter the room. They escape, and they have the girl, the Wayne Savage and the girl. Lone Ranger comes after them, and Vandal Savage makes reference coming up here that he's seen him before, and oh yeah, Savage is on drugs too, by the way. And so there's a little battle here. Where did it go here? Oh yeah, here it is. He says, like some damn bat like before. Now you would think that if Vandal Savage has had this recurring meeting with Batman, that he might have mentioned something like that in the present day. You would think. But no, it doesn't happen, because it's called sloppy writing, trying to fix a mistake that they made, and trying to make it more convoluted than they actually needed to make it. So you have another Wayne here. And this Wayne is basically a stutterer, and he's a loser, and he's basically tempting fate. Horses come, they steer away at the last minute. Girl gives box to Lone Ranger. Lone Ranger opens it, sees something inside there that truly shocks him. And surprisingly, it's not the end of the world. So, God, you should have just opened the damn box. You have Wayne saying, "Give me the box," and he gets his ass beat by Savage. More beating ups, and finally Jonah Hex appears, and they're saying, "No, don't shoot Lone Ranger because he saved us." And Jonah Hex is like, "Sorry, job's a job." He shoots the Lone Ranger, and Lone Ranger falls into the lake. Now, if you notice, this is one pretty darn powerful bullet, because not only did it shoot him, but it also knocked his mask off. It's not like he took his mask off somewhere in between here. It just disintegrated, So I was like, damn, that's pretty powerful. Now, I realize why they did that, because they need his mask off in the next issue. Now, one problem I really have with this time-traveling thing here is it always happens with an eclipse. And it always is, most of the time it's happened by him falling into water. Now, what I'm finding that I don't really appreciate is the fact how convenient the eclipse is. It's always, okay, I need to get away from Vandal Savage and the caveman. Oh, eclipse, I jump in the water, I go to the next time. And it's always this jumping. Even the pirates, he gives all the information, he talks to the guy, that black hood pirate dude. And then the eclipse happens right after he's done. So, maybe, how about do the eclipse somewhere in the middle? Change the story so it's more dramatic, and then have him go away before he can solve what he needs to, which causes a greater rift in time, which causes which could cause the big explosion. No, it's always conveniently boom, boom, boom. Well, I understand this story here, as much as I feel is totally unnecessary, was just there to give him the box. Because they introduced the Bat People, there's references to the Bat People, and that's why they had to get him the box. Now, this here is the stuttering guy where the horses avoided, and the girl on opium with the box, and that's obviously Bruce Wayne's great-great-grandparents, because they're building the mansion. And you have Jonah Hex going away up in the sunset. Now he's got something he shouldn't be having. So anyways, Lone Ranger ends up in Gotham again, years into the future, and he collapses bleeding to death. Now, my greatest problem, I have lots of problems with this book, and I guess you can say one of my biggest problems so far is the fact that, like I said, Vandal Savage is a pussy. He's not supposed to be. He's a wimp. My other problem is this time-traveling nonsense. I think that they're jumping him through time only to conveniently sell action figures. I still don't believe that. Why else would they pick cowboys and pirates and caveman and Victorian era? It's just so that way they can sell comic books. And I think that they've really extended the length of this book longer than it needed to be, because of the fact of they need to sell toys, introduce more character toys. I also don't appreciate the fact of how they pussified Vandal Savage. They made him a punk. Now, I'm sure that the other Wayne that's here is going to probably somehow become another villain in Batman's future. That's probably what they're going to do. And the thing that I realize that this probably has to do with the Darkseid's bomb, is the fact that Batman is completely rewriting history. Instead of Batman being just a random occurrence where a young boy, lost his parents because of a thief, now it's because it's a curse, and he's planting these Bat People. Not he himself is planting, but it's the fact that he's leaving behind a legacy of Bat. So now, of course, it was destined to happen that Bruce Wayne was eventually going to turn into Batman. And I think that takes away a lot of his character, something that, before I can sympathize with Bruce Wayne, saying, hey, if I was a kid and somebody shot my parents, I can totally understand him being obsessed with the fact that his parents died. Like that. But now it's like, you're cursed, so Your family was cursed, so it was supposed to happen. And now I have absolutely no sympathy for you because your family caused it for going after that one witch. So I think it's totally ruined my perception of Batman forever. I don't think I'm really going to ever be able to look at Batman the same way again. Because you consider now, not only did that curse affect Bruce Wayne, it affected Dick Grayson, Tim Drake, and Jason Todd. Everybody who's been connected with Batman's been cursed. So yeah, that's my feelings on it. I think it's a must not have. Definitely not have. Not even trade worthy. If you have any questions or comments, feel free. Let me know what you think about Vandal Savage. Do you think he got pussified, or is he still on target to being a badass villain? So until next time, I'll have more reviews up.